Well, greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome back once again, or for the very first time, to the Farts and Crap Show, where today, as per usual, it's your host, Anjo, here with another RC samples for you guys, basically. And, yeah, this may look familiar because it's a game I'm a huge nerd for, and, yeah, it's Armored Core Last Raven. But this is running on. This is my copy, by the way, but this is running on LRPS2, the port of PCSX2 to RetroArch, which recently got some upgrades. And yeah, this is on 4 times resolution on the Vulkan backend. And I'm just gonna let this play. Yeah, so it's pretty stellar in a lot of ways. Um so let's turn down the sound effects because those are always going to be too loud. And about there, Pro Logic 2, yep. Controller type A, vibration off, yep. Key assign, we don't need to change anything. Pilot name doesn't really matter. We'll just go with RC. No. And yeah, it's pretty. This part is pretty lackluster, but yeah, so I've showcased this game on the channel like a bunch of times, but when I've recorded or streamed it before, it's always been on original hardware because I've mentioned in the past quite a few times. It's I put a lot of work into restoring my PS2 Slim and modding it. And so yeah, it was always on original hardware. And I do have some of my more precious PS2 games in my collection backed up digitally. So I dumped the ISOs from the DVDs. And now I'm using some more powerful hardware, a better chipset, so I have the option to run some stuff via emulation a little bit better then essentially what I can get visually from some of my older stuff on original hardware. And yeah, this, like, I've done a lot of tinkering on this, and I finally got it kind of the way that I want it, and there are different options, and I've tried quite a few and could not get like great results out of it. So like on this core, it, there are a number of different like renderers that you can choose to use. Um, yeah, I'm doing 4x native, so playing it in 1440, I could probably boost it up to 4K if I wanted to, but this video is in 1440, so um, yeah, and parallel EGS, this is a promising one. It's like not quite there yet, but basically it's a low level emulation, which lower latency, not by much, and just a bunch of different things. Basically, your best two bets, if it supports it, uh, D3D12, which is Direct 3D 12, or DirectX 3D 12, whatever, or Vulkan. In my testing, Vulkan is the better renderer in for this game. Like, it's going to depend on like what game you're running, honestly, but because there were a bunch of different techniques used for various PS2 games. I have this like turned up like way up in my headphones, so because this is also not only is Last Raven one of my favorite games ever, um, it's like definitely it's still my second favorite Armored Core game. Like the only one that's taken the spot is Armored Core 6, just because it's the most recent. Like this came out in what, 2006. Um, Armored Core 6 came out like 15 years later, like 17 years later, something like that. So obviously it's, you know, gonna have some improvements. And yeah, it looks really good, it plays really good. And like, to those of you who are unfamiliar, Armored Core Last Raven is incredible because, I mean, it's peak Armored Core in my book. Like, it addresses a bunch of the balance issues like throughout the third generation of Armored Core, which started with Armored Core 3 and then Silent Line. Anyway, and like they improved the the engine massively with Armored Core Nexus, and then refined that engine even further for this game. And it has like multiple mission paths. It has 6 different endings, including like bonus thing at the end after getting all 6 endings. Like, no spoilers, but like, this is the game I've completed more times probably than any other. Like, there's a few games where they're like significantly shorter, probably played just as many times through, but like there's a reason I've showcased it on the channel more than most games. And like, partially, it's partially because it's a FromSoft game. It's partially because, like, it's so near and dear to my heart, and it's partially because it's Armored Core, which is, I think, still, like, my favorite franchise. But, yeah, it's pretty incredible. And, what is it called again? LRPS2, right. LRPS2, like, recently, just this last, like, week or whatever, if you're watching this, like, around the time this video comes out, also had an update, and it does seem to be more stable, and, just overall, gameplay experience is, like, a little bit better. But, yeah, it's one of those games I was, like, kind of disappointed. Like, it still hasn't been ported yet. Then I was like, well, maybe I should try out some, different, like, emulation stuff, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, much to my absolute joy and elation, this game worked super well on, let's do the military base thing. On the Vulcan backend. Okay, so the military base one, by the way, is like the easiest, like, starting mission. Just trying to think, like, what I want to use. So you can't sell your default equipment, obviously, but I should probably upgrade the boosters. Just gets more and more expensive. Okay. Assembly. Yeah, it's a lot more heat. That's pretty expensive. Could just go with the birdie. Birdie is kind of old reliable. And to be real, it doesn't really matter too much what you use on this one. Yeah, the G91 is kind of the GOAT. Could just go with that. Hazel is quite reliable. And a good deal. Like, Linden is also a solid choice. I mean, it's only 34,000. That's really not that bad. FCSs are a little bit more expensive, but, like, kind of integral. I mean, the starting equipment is just crap, so you gotta kind of be careful, because 300,000 sounds like a lot, but you'll burn through that real quick. Plus, like, parts can be destroyed in this game, and if that happens, then you have to, like, fully replace them. So, I guess... like, early on, going with energy weapons is, like, always a good idea because you don't pay for ammo. The shade is kind of the GOAT. It's, like, affordable and... like, decent ammo stores. $59K is not that bad. Don't think we need a blade. No, we really don't need a blade. Okay. So for now, because basically the goal, like early on when you're buying equipment, is like not having to sell it for a while, because if you buy something and then don't use it, you can sell it for the same price. So like if I change my mind, be like, okay, 59,000, that's what I paid for it. As soon as you use it in a mission or like a battle or something, it loses its value. So you're selling at a loss, you're buying back at full price, like pretty much every time. And there's a number of things like, okay, the missile launcher, we're not going to take that. Should probably get better legs, to be real, because these are kind of slow and not that good. So later on, I use the Dingo 2s like all the time, but they're 127k. Kind of steep, especially for now. These ones are a good, like, cheap alternative. 88,000, a lot more reasonable. Still kind of pricey though. Like, the default arms, head, core are all fine for now. I would say yeah, probably the internals. So max at 600, parallel sight 85, the Volute 2 is a solid choice. 16 and 12, okay. Lock time being 96, that's not that bad. Yeah, Volute 2 is pretty much a straight upgrade over like everything. But these are just gonna get more and more expensive. The Manju eventually is really good, but 145k is like way too much to spend right now. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with some of my like obvious choices. I'll just go with the default generator increase, like that's fine. Probably don't even need a better radiator right now, but the Hazel's an upgrade and that's 27,000. It's cheap. Another thing that's really nice about this game, like over like Nexus and stuff, is they kept the tuning and you don't have to pay for the tuning. But the downside is immediately tuning it part makes it count as being used. So that kind of sucks, but if you know you're gonna hold on to it for a while, or if it's not that expensive of a part, it doesn't really matter. Essentially, you can't tune weapons. It's only like frame parts and stuff. And thankfully you can tune the default equipment, which I'm just going to go for CCM on the head because, like, it's one of the only parts that has that stat. The core, I would probably just go with cooling because it sucks. Arms, maybe accuracy, but we're only going to get, 9. So I'd probably just go with cooling once again. The legs, I might have to keep these derpy things. Moving ability is 210. I mean, I can't sell them, so I may as well, like, tune them a little bit. Again, probably go with cooling. I mean, boost power sucks. The acceleration isn't, like, the worst, I guess, but kind of just trying to see. And you can't tune FCS, I'm pretty sure. No. Well, generator, I guess. Output, sure. Same with this one. Like, wait, it's 98? 95. It's not like a big difference. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and sell the generator, because, like, that's really not that much of a difference. Radiator, yeah, we'll go ahead and equip the better one, because, you know, why not? I forgot you can tune the default generator. Like, it would be nice, like, and we don't have to do any of this, essentially. Like, you can beat the first easy mission with just the default equipment. It's not great, but it can be done. So I guess I could go ahead and get the legs. Like, it'd be a little bit of an investment. But I'm probably gonna have to sell them at some point, and so yeah, let's just keep this. Yeah, that'll work. Options, we just have sound control. Okay, right. Go ahead and save game, slot 1. And technically we could try our hand at the arena. Like, it's not gonna go well unless, like, this used to be the way to go. Like, especially in earlier Armored Core games, like Gen 2 and Gen 3 Armored Core. For most of those games, it's the best way to make money because there are no stakes. Like, if you lose, it doesn't matter. They kind of corrected that in the best way possible in this game, where you have to place a bet for each attempt. And then if you win the pot. So essentially the bet you place is also the bet your opponent is placing. But it's a little bit, they add a risk reward in that sense. So it makes a lot more sense, and sure, you can still save scum, but like, you know, it's kind of more of a pain. It's a deterrent. There we go. And yeah, the default guy sucks, but it's still better to have like a little bit of, improvements. So yeah, let's go ahead and do the first mission, but essentially, yeah, Distribution Center Recon, it's very tempting to go for this one because it pays so well. It's the hardest starting mission out of any Armored Core game. Like, it's no joke. So, this game does have New Game Plus. And if you are going on New Game Plus, then have at it. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But, as I mentioned before, there are 6 different endings and, like, multiple mission paths. So yeah, eventually you're gonna have to do every mission. But starting out, if you want just like the easiest thing to like, build up your wealth, play it safe, because you have to pay for ammo, you have to pay for repairs. You can go in debt, and no, they don't just give you human plus if you go in debt enough. Like, that's just the first game. I'm pretty sure the other ones don't do that. But yes, destroy military base. This is the most surefire way. Like, it says you get paid 0, but you actually get paid based on how much you destroy, and I think there's also a hidden part on this one, which hidden parts are the best, because for a lot of missions, like if they don't pay very well, you get a part and you essentially unlock that part. So if it's something you don't want to use right away, you can go ahead and sell it. Doesn't matter, you can rebuy it later if you want. Essentially anything you sell to the shop, you can buy from the shop. So just because it's not available doesn't mean, yeah. Acquiring something basically unlocks it in the shop. So, but yeah, this is part of the recent RC samples, essentially. One of these 4 things is going to win. It's part of the Members' Choice Poll going on for June 2025. And that poll is running until the end of the month. So if it is July 1st, 2025 or beyond, the winner's already been decided. But the poll was posted on the 23rd, so it's running for a full 7 days. And yeah, one of these 4 options is going to be... Wait, this is the last one to go out. Right, because it started with the Star Fox 64 PC port, and Hot Shots Golf Open T2 was one of them. And Final Fantasy Tactics, The War of the Lions, modded, and now this one. So yeah, those are the 4 options. They're all out now. And yeah, one of them is gonna become a regular thing for live streams. So yeah, we're still finishing the other stuff, but Dark Souls 2 co-op wrapped up recently. Dead Space Remake isn't going to be too much longer. Armored Core 6 should be wrapping up. And yeah, beyond that, we don't have too many regular things. Like, we got the title update 2 for Monster Hunter Wilds coming up, but yeah. Don't really have much of anything else planned for streams. So, and yeah, the channel members get to pick out most of the series here on the channel. So if you guys want to get in on that, there's the join button down below. In case there's no join button, there's also a link in the description. Talks about becoming a channel member, but yeah, the members' choice polls are open to channel members of any tier. And yeah, for any of the ones that you missed, you can still vote on them over on the membership tab. But yeah, and it goes a long way. It means a lot to us, and yeah, just the basics. Tiers start at $3 a month. So if you guys can swing it, I get it. Times are hard, but you know, if you like the content here and stuff like that, it's very much appreciated. And just yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you. Show.
The target of this mission is an Alliance military installation. Still in the midst of construction, Camp Forthard is poorly defended and vulnerable to attack.
Forthard? That's how you say it? Alright. But yeah, recently, like a while ago, went through Armored Core Nexus. That was on original hardware. And yeah, they didn't have the voice acted like mission briefings. I really missed I really missed it, man. Like, it's one of those like little details that used to be a thing for like pretty much every Armored Core game. And yeah, and it's not there. It's like I really miss it, you know?
Now is the perfect time for us to strike. This will be a timed operation, so stay focused and work quickly. Keep in mind that you'll be compensated based on the results of your actions.
I just realized we may run out of ammo. So there's one more thing I'm gonna pick up that's cheap, but we need arm unit left by... Oh, this was also the first Armored Core game where like dual wielding was viable. Like, it was doable in Nexus, but like they improved it in a lot of ways in this game. So the Spectre, it's pretty standard left-handed rifle, and each bullet is 30 credits. So that's like $3,000 if I empty the whole clip. That's not terrible. Oh, crap. Assembly. Does mean we won't have a laser blade, but I could technically put it in the hangar unit. Still take it. I mean, I'm not going to use it. Not for this mission, but... military base. And like, yeah, there are a ton of details in this game. Like, as I've been going through, I've kind of been like deciding which things I want to explain, which ones I don't, and like, if I got into the nitty gritty, we'd be here all day. This would take like hours to go over like all the mechanics and like customization and stuff in the game. It's very deep. It's very deep. So yeah, I'm not gonna cover all that right now. But yeah, if this one wins, then yeah, I'll explain stuff here and there, and if people have like questions like about the game and stuff, like I'll try to go over stuff as best as I can. But yeah.
We're under attack. We need backup.
Alright, so thankfully a lot of these things you can just like run over them. Like the trucks and the tents and stuff, most of them you can just like, yeah, boost over them and destroy them. Nope, no you don't. Thank you. Is that destructible? No. That is, though. I think it's right here. Yeah, there it is. So, try to... 2 shots. 2 shots. Alright. Oh, come on. I don't know if you get anything... Ah, shit. Come on. I don't think the helicopters count, but...
Raven, you have 60 seconds left.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't think the helicopters count.
30 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I gotcha. Damn it, come on.
Seconds remaining.
Shit.
Time's up.
There we go.
The mission is over.
Oh, I already did that. Cool. I think I got, like, most of them, I want to say. I think it, yeah. Oh, there it goes. Apparently there's, like, some overscan going on.
That was brilliantly executed.
Oh, stop. Shut up.
Sir, should we give chase? Patience. It's too soon to consider them our enemy.
Yeah, Evangel knows what's up. He's using the Dingo 2s. Oh, it's the right hand itself. Dude, that's so good. Like, it's legit. Straight AC Sundial. I mean, we could. Bridge Defenders, Escort Allied MT. What is this one again?
The MT squad we dispatched to the Horde. A single unit escaped harm and is trying to... We are in dire... Please.
Nah.
This is the Alliance. I'd like your help securing a vital... We have to move quickly. The transport route will be useless to us if it is damaged.
It's pretty good. That one's alright. Dude, we're pretty much out of time, but we'll do like one more. Yeah, we could get a good booster. And well, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter what I go with right now. This is fine. Let's just go ahead and get the G91 as well. And other it doesn't really matter, right? Yeah, it doesn't really matter, okay. Tune. Output, yeah. Assembly change to that one. Tune. I'll just go with boost power, yeah. And assembly, there we go. The hanger, I doubt we'll need it, but go. And you know what, we could do that arena mission real quick. So we have to bet 10,000, but we do have like a little bit extra right now. And I got hanger units, so we got plenty of firepower. Like, that's not an issue. And this guy kind of sucks. Yep. There we go. And honestly, there are like certain things about this that make it easier than playing on original hardware. So, like just like input wise and stuff. It's plus my PS2 controller like absolutely sucks. So, yeah, that wasn't bad. I'm gonna go ahead and do this other one, Bridge Defenders. Yeah. Now there are some missions in this game, like on this map actually, where like you'll want range. Oh, defend target?
All enemy units.
I mean, he said be careful around the things. Yeah, you have to watch out for explosions too, but... Isn't it? Oh, right, we don't have the map. That's the edge of the map, so it's like down here, right? I think so. Whoa, shit. No, no, no. Okay. Come on. Nope. That's not what I meant.
All targets have been destroyed.
Sick.
Mission successful.
Yeah, it was pretty easy, man.
Achieved. System switched to normal mode.
Good job, Raven.
But yeah, for a long time, like in the early Armored Core games, typically you just want to like make a tank, like for most of the games, just max out defense and firepower and stuff, and you're usually good. But in third gen is kind of when they were like, okay, we need to incentivize like high mobility builds, and not just incentivize, but kind of make it necessary. So I feel like, the third gen games were kind of the first ones to really do that properly. And like before Armored Core Nexus, like they stuck with the same control scheme. Like from the very first game, which was designed around the original PlayStation controller. So a single D-pad, your 4 face buttons and your 4 shoulder buttons, and that was it. There was no analog sticks. And that's pretty much it. So, and you had start and select, obviously. Which, not too different from a modern controller, honestly. Like, if you took away the home button and the capture button, like, you got your 2 middle front buttons, your 4 face buttons, and your 4 shoulder buttons, and a D-pad. Like, it's no mystery why the PlayStation controller like basically went on to become like the standard layout, essentially. Like whether you have parallel sticks or offset asymmetrical sticks, doesn't really matter. Like the number of inputs and like what they do corresponding to a bunch of other shit, blah blah blah. Like it really started with like the DualShock. Like granted, the analog controller before the DualShock. But yeah, the DualShock is kind of what became the modern standard in a lot of ways. And also Rumble, which I thought was a gimmick for the longest time, but pretty much every controller since then has had like Rumble. So gimmick or not, like I mean I always leave it turned off, but it's one of those things that's kind of expected. But yeah guys, that's it. That's Armored Core Last Raven. Again, this is just kind of a sample, so, and this will be added to the RC Samples playlist. But it's gorgeous. Like it's so much more than what could be done on original hardware. And like this is one of those games where if they did like a native port, like it could be so good. Like Ace Combat 5. Namco knocked it out of the park with that one. And like initially for North American customers, that was the only way to acquire that one on PlayStation was to pre-order Ace Combat 7. In I believe Europe and Japan it can just be like purchased separately, but they never had that option for North America for some reason. But yeah, they basically did a native port of Ace Combat 5 for the PlayStation 2 to the PS4, and it was incredible. It is incredible. Like it looks amazing, plays amazing, and just made me go, what are they even doing here? Why don't we have more ports like this? Because there are a lot of PS2 games that hold up incredibly well. They just, like, yeah, if they could just have like a native port or even just on PS Plus with that fancy new PS2 emulator, which is fine. A native port would be preferable, but whatever. Anyway, that's gonna do it for today, guys. Thank you all for being here. Hope you enjoyed. Of course, before we get going, it's time for the outro, special thanks, updates, all that good stuff, and a very special thank you going out to the current Farts and Crap Show members, the amazing people who helped make it possible. Aaron Schick and 97 Johnny Boy, thank you so very much. For choosing to support the show a bit more directly via channel membership, it vastly helps out. Very much appreciate it, and it is very much optional, so you guys are extra awesome for doing so. And if you want to be incredibly awesome like these amazing people and get in on all those membership benefits, check out that join button down below. There's also a link in the description that talks about becoming a channel member that does the same thing in case there's no join button for you. But yeah, also YouTube might be phasing out the join button. I'm not really sure. Lately I've been noticing it's like part of the subscribe button, like a subscribe plus kind of thing. It's not change I really like, but it is what it is. It's fine. It doesn't really matter. Point is, there's also a link in the description that does the same thing. It'll pull up like the membership details and stuff. But yeah, memberships on this channel start at $3 a month. That's roughly 10 cents a day. Gets you into all the basic stuff, including aforementioned members' choice polls, which, as I said before, is a thing we do once a month for a full 7 days over on the membership tab. So 25% of the time we do have a new one going, and all the previous ones are still up over on the membership tab as well. So any of the ones that you missed, you can still vote on them if you want to. And membership is a month by month thing, so you'll definitely be able to get into a new members' choice poll as well. And the current one is going to be running until the end of the month. That is until July 1st, 2025. So if it is not yet July 1st, yeah, you guys can still get in on that one. Again, it's this one. 4 options. We have Star Fox 64, the PC port, this game, Hot Shots Golf Open T2, and Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions modded. So those are the 4. And the winner is just going to be whatever gets the most votes by the end of the voting period. And yeah, will be part of the regular like streaming rotation. So but I think that about covers it. This is, however, an approximation of future announcements from the past. So if you want all the announcements as they happen and the bell doesn't work for you, I get it. The bell doesn't work for me either, but there are 4 other ways to stay up to date. You have the post tab here on the channel, the Farts and Crap Show Twitter, the Bluesky, and the Discord. I always post on all 4 whenever there's an announcement, so regardless of which one of those works for you, you can stay up to date. And links for those are down in the description, also on the channel banner. But yeah, that's going to do it for now. So thank you all once again for being here, guys. Till next time, take care, and I hope you all have an amazing day.